I haven't actually thought of an intro or anything like that, but I kind of want to...
What's up, guys?
Well, yeah, that kind of thing, but
Big Dick Danny here. Back
Small
again
dick
with another
Don't do
fucking
it.
podcast. Smash that motherfucking subscribe button.
I do want to kind of have you guys introduce yourselves and who you are.
Oh yeah.
And at the end, we'll talk about where people can find you on the internet if they want to find you on the internet. So I was thinking maybe your Twitter or something.
Yeah, sure.
Is that where you put out your best content?
I haven't posted since 2016. But
So
yeah,
yes, that is where you put...
that's where I aforementioned peaked. So
There's some pretty decent tweets on there. Anyway,
thanks. Jeez.
some 5 out of 10s. Do you remember? Okay. Do you remember when you first listened to my album and I asked for, like, you gave me a review? I didn't ask for one, but you gave me one.
You're fucking damn right.
And you said it was 4 out of 10 would buy on sale.
Yeah, I stand by that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Josh Face podcast. My name is Josh Face. I make music, and my first single's out now. It just came out. Have you guys heard it? Sorry to put you guys on the spot.
I have not heard it. I know Dan did the video.
You did the video, yeah.
over
not
at,
this Dan, but...
No,
yeah.
other Dan.
No,
No,
different
over
Dan.
yeah.
Sorry, I know too many Dans.
Face and Tie Productions. Is that it?
That's a Shirt and Tie
Shirt
Productions.
and Tie. Face. I got you mixed up. Do you want to do this again?
No, this is gold.
I have heard it actually.
What did you think?
Loved it.
Oh, you don't have to
Yeah,
tell me that.
and
but yeah.
to anyone listening, it's available on all good streaming services now. Buy it, please. Josh is a starving musician, and he's got a family to feed.
It's
So-
ridiculously cheap, actually, because I've put it at like the lowest you can put a song, because it's only like 2 minutes something. Because of my distribution service, it does it in dollars rather than pounds.
Uh-huh.
So because the pound has absolutely fucking plummeted,
Yeah.
it's like really cheap, like
Yeah.
everywhere. So if you want to buy it,
Is
you
it too
certainly
late
can.
to change your dissertation to Brexit ruined my music?
I think it is at this point. Anyway, me speaking, I am Josh Face. I'd like to introduce my good friend Lewis here.
Hey, how you doing?
Do you have like a handle? Because like my thing is like a handle. I'm Josh Face Marks.
Oh, me. Well, I don't really have an internet presence. You know, I don't.
Okay.
I don't do anything. I do drugs. That's it.
I mean, you do this now.
Fantastic. I've got something to do.
Yeah.
Daniel, you go by Goosed. That's your handle.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately, you've defended that to me before.
I know, but I've changed my mind.
Okay, I mean,
as
no
I've
one-
matured as
Yeah.
a person, I've come to shun my 13-year-old internet name.
Yeah, no one really likes their internet handle. Unfortunately for me, I kind of solidified it as my band name and kind of have to go with it, or else I can like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's
because
it. That's it now.
Yeah,
That's
I've
how you know.
established it as that, but fortunately, it became a kind of nickname. So when people call me it, I answer and respond. So it's okay, and like the people at university call me Josh Face as well now, which
That's
is
cute.
It is cute, isn't it? I think it's cute. But anyway, we are here to talk about Smash Brothers,
Yeah.
and Smash Brothers Ultimate, which is coming out really soon, like
Yeah.
next month, isn't it?
The
Under a month.
7th or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
6th of the 7th. It's exciting.
feel
It's
like we
really
should
really
know.
close, and it was announced earlier this year.
Yeah, that's something I
Yeah.
wanted to talk about. Like you showed me the first announcement, Daniel.
You know.
Yeah, you alerted me to its presence because there was a Nintendo Direct that was happening. It was an announcement.
I remember. They baited us.
Yeah,
As Nintendo has a habit of doing in their directs with a Splatoon thing. Because I remember the chat was saying, please God, no more Splatoon. Like, just give me something. Please God.
Yeah, because it
Just give me an Animal Crossing or something, you know? And then they did Splatoon. It was
Mhm.
that, like, squid person.
yeah.
But then at the end it had the Smash logo.
yeah, because it zooms in on its eye, and then
Yeah. Which was really cool, actually.
and everyone was just lost their fucking minds. But little did we realize it was going to be this thing, because people were just like, oh, it's going to be the Smash 4 port, but with
Yeah.
splat characters. That's
There was discussion about exactly whether it was going to be a port or not. But the one piece of evidence I remember people had was, oh, they changed the logo. The logo has new fonts. So, like, you know what people are like, Tumblr and Reddit and Twitter and whatever, they just based on this new logo font, they were just like already confirming characters.
Yeah. No, it got fucking. I remember Donkey did a video and he mocked that. It was just like, obviously it's going to be the new Smash Brothers because
Yeah.
the T is slightly different.
Yeah.
And they were right though.
Yeah, it's straight up anything. Well, even when like the Everyone Is Here trailer dropped, people were still like, it kind of looks the same. I didn't think that, obviously, because sorry, what I'm trying to say is like even at this point, people are just like, oh, it's gonna feel a lot like Smash 4. You're still buying the same game with new fixtures sort of plugged into it. Which maybe at a technical level it still is, but like the visually
it's been upgraded.
Yeah,
there's been a lot of tweaks to balance. I think mainly is going to be the changes here.
Yeah, well, so Sakurai says there's thousands of changes if you added them all up.
Sakurai says a lot of shit.
He does say a lot of shit.
He said, I've got a direct quote from July 1st this year. It says, "First, I thought whether we should design the game's mechanics as a new separate entry or as an extension of the past entries. The result, as you can tell, is the latter. So he builds upon what has already been established. And to be honest, I think that is the best way for Smash to go forward because it's such a thing. There is such a community around Smash. There is such if it changed too much, I'm not sure it would appeal to the hardcore fan base. And that's kind of a Nintendo ethos, kind of all round, isn't it?
Yeah.
And as a casual Smash player, as I am, I'm fucking...
You are a casual.
I am a casual, and I'm not I'm...
It's not just Smash Brothers either.
You could call me out on my own show.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we probably should have established this before. I'm allowed to roast you on your own podcast.
Yes, you are.
Thanks for inviting me and everything, but...
No, but as the casual player that I am, this is something I wanted to go into. What they've done with Smash Ultimate seems like they've streamlined everything down to you even fly off the screen that little bit faster. The Ultimates are that little bit faster, or quite a lot faster actually. Some of them took up to, I'm not sure, 8 to 10 seconds, a long time to not be playing a game. So everything's kind of been streamlined in that way, and Smash at its core is a party game.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I go into Smash and how I play Smash. So for them to kind of streamline all of this stuff, for me, sounds great. Because I'm going to have a better time with it rather than waiting for Kirby's cook 'em up in a pot type thing.
Yeah, and on that, I've been watching all those YouTube armchair analysts who've been watching the 5 seconds of footage they have for each character. And I think in that strain of streamlining, what they say mostly is that a lot of the frames have been reduced. You know, your recoveries and the frames it takes to do animations has all been reduced a lot of the time. So I think it is just going to be a faster game, from what I can tell. Which
sounds really exciting to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also terrifying because you have far better reaction times than me. So I'm going to get my ass handed to me.
Speed's an interesting thing when you're talking about Smash Bros. Particularly, because speed is the one thing people always bring up in terms of how does the game feel, or it's slower than Melee.
Really?
It's an interesting word. You look at Street Fighters and the older ones. You physically move slower across the screen, but speed isn't that much of a deal because it's stuff like that. It's all about getting in your opponent's head. It's about spacing, and there's sort of overarching sort of strategy to how you're playing that character or whatever. But in Smash Brothers, since the competitive scene in Melee's, you use speed to apply pressure, and if everyone in the game, if every input takes up more space, it slows down. If the inputs are being streamlined, if people are spending less time flying or becoming little stars in the distance or hitting the front of the screen and all that shit's happening, more is happening quicker. So yeah.
Do you reckon this is all coming from that it has to be on the Nintendo Switch, and the Nintendo Switch is not a big console? I mean, there are so many games that are have been... I mean, Breath of the Wild was ported onto it and it had frame rate issues, and still has frame rate issues to my knowledge, because it's such a big fucking game. Whereas if Smash is being streamlined in this way, is that because of the limitations of the Nintendo Switch?
Is it not more likely that it's useful for the player? So a lot of the quality of life changes. For example, one of the changes that happened in Smash 4 or Brawl that I can remember, and something that was pointed out, was back in Melee, if you got KO'd by going up to the top of the screen, you know, sometimes you get the little animation where you're sort of falling in the background, and then you go and you turn into a star.
Yeah.
Right. In Melee, if it was counting down like 5, 4, 3, 2, if you went off the top, unless you were a star, you didn't lose the life.
Oh.
So you could feasibly, and it happened in competitive play.
Oh, that's crazy.
Where people, you know, wouldn't lose that stock or whatever because the pip hadn't gone off yet. But coming to Brawl and Smash 4, one of the changes they made, where, you know, you're flying off, you lose that life as soon as you leave the screen.
Okay.
Not when you're a star. Now, that change, you know, does it speed the game? Kind of, but it's a quality of life change. So it's stuff like that. In the 3DS version of Smash 4, there's an option to increase the opacity of like the little highlight around the character you're playing as, because you're on a smaller screen.
Yeah.
So it's hard to see.
I like that feature.
Yeah, stuff like that. They make changes like this all the time. You know, the smoke trail in this game, there's always like a fucking thing of smoke whenever you get launched a certain distance.
Yeah.
There's like a sort of powder, and that helps you know where you're fucking going when you've been. All those changes, I'm sure that's a quality of life thing, not like a hardware limitation.
Okay.
Do you think all these changes are in the run-up to Nintendo embracing it as a competitive esport? I know there's been a lot of controversy in the past. Obviously, Melee, huge in the competitive scene. But as it's gone on, Nintendo have made changes to the game which have made it more party, fun-oriented. Do you think this, you know, obviously you mentioned the stock thing of going in the background, and
Yes.
is it more aimed towards competitive play now?
It's certainly more so. Like, I don't know if you've seen, like, in 1v1 matches, when characters get KO'd, the KO counter will come up on the screen and say 4-1 or 2-2 or whatever. It will come up in big letters. So stuff like that, you know, is definitely a help to competitive players. Additionally, when you're flying off the screen, a little mini map comes up, lets you know where you are.
Where you are relative to the map.
That doesn't really help you unless you take it seriously, right? Because you can put directional inputs in to help, you know, get back to stage. Yeah. So those changes, I think it has been. But there are other changes which don't make any difference. So like now when there's like a really powerful move, the whole game slows down and zooms in on the move when you get launched, you know, like a Falcon Punch when it lands. It's like,
I mean, they did that for Little Mac and his like KO.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And stuff like that. You know, that doesn't fucking affect competitive stuff. I mean, that's still party stuff. You know, you can imagine a whole room blowing up at that.
Yeah, and I like, I mean, for me, Smash has always kind of been that party game for me. It's something I like want to play with my friends, and it's something that like, I mean, back when I didn't have friends, I would play Brawl, and like I was pretty good at it.
What do you mean back when?
You know, you got there before me. I thought.
Nice.
I thought I've already roasted him once. You know, just.
We'll take it in turns. I'm sorry, I felt immediately.
That's funny. Don't worry about it. But yeah, like I thought I was pretty good, and then I met Daniel. I went around to your house.
Yeah.
And we played it, and I was like,
I ruined your life.
Took my ass to the cleaners. It's crazy, and I'm still not amazing relative to you, Daniel.
I think you said it is all relative, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, there's always going to be someone better than you. We went to this awful. Can I say? Well, it's closed down now. Yeah, it was awful. 8-Bit Gaming Bar in Falmouth.
Oh, fuck 8-Bit Gaming Bar.
I know, right?
Call out.
Okay. Yeah, you suck. Don't ever come back, please.
If you're that beardy fuck,
yes,
and you're listening, fuck you.
Hire a fucking cleaner, for God's sake.
And stop being sexist.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And like, or just being a dick in general. I mean, you know, the sexism's not great, I've got to be honest.
Yeah. Anyway, we used to hang out there to play Smash.
Yeah, we would meet up
Smash.
to play Smash because like neither of us owned a Wii U.
And I used to get my ass handed me regularly by people who, as far as I could tell, lived in that bar.
But it was good because it was this kind of like unifying thing and something that we would play as for fun. And there was the addition that they made in Smash 4, which was the for fun or for glory. Yeah, and they've got rid of that in the new one. You've seen?
Yes. So they've got a more sophisticated and complicated online system. So you can search by a bunch of parameters. You can have items on. You can have it so you're only going to play Battlefield levels or Final Destination levels or normal. You know
what I consider to be fair levels. But we'll get into that.
That shit's banned. That shit's banned. Nah, because before it was literally just two options. You know, you got everything on with as many people as possible. It was a 1v1 on Final Destination. That was it. So they got all these new options now.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that you can turn environmental damages off.
Yeah.
Because that is... Oh, I'm so excited, because that was my one gripe with Smash throughout the entire years that like I've played and interacted with it, is that there are KOs which do not feel fair, like, at all. And, like, it's so frustrating when you're... like, I like the aesthetic of the Dr. Wily stage, but as soon as the Yellow Devil comes along, you know...
Fuck you, right?
Fucks me up, and I'm like, I'm not here to fight the environment, I'm here to fight my friends. I'm here to, like, have a good time with what is, you know, a party game, and I'm here to play with them, not the environment. It's not player versus enemy, it's player versus player. And those are two, like, entirely different ways of gaming. And I feel that Smash has... too long tried to toy with both, and it doesn't work. And the way that they've put it into the new one, Smash Ultimate, to make it work is that you can now KO the assist trophies. Very happy about that, because before it just felt incredibly unfair. And you can turn environmental hazards off. And I'm so excited to do both. Because that sounds more like the fun party game that I want Smash to be.
It gives you the freedom. You know, you're paying however much it is for the game. You get to play how you want to play it.
£60, and I've pre-ordered it as well. I'm getting that special steelbook, which like I didn't ask for, but I'm still kind of keen to get.
Well, lads, we've talked pretty in depth about the mechanics of the game, but now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get into the real stuff.
Okay.
The memes.
The memes! Oh,
that's what we're here for.
Praise Sakurai,
Absolutely.
the memes.
I mean, I bet anyone listening to this have just been thinking, please God, shut up about frame rates and shit. Just like, please.
Direction of air dodges, right?
Yeah, please God, talk about the memes.
I'm excited about that. Because for the longest time, sorry, just very, very quickly, for the longest time when we would get together and play Smash, up until about, I think it was this year, I thought you could air dodge.
Yeah.
And somewhat, to some degree, you kind of can. There's like a very small amount of frames where you can like dodge something in midair, but you can't like air dodge as such, but you can now, and I'm very excited about that, because up until now I thought you could. Which shows that I am a casual player. But anyway, the fucking memes. I've been sending you.
You've been sending me one a day of what is essentially the same meme of just...
the Lifelike trailer.
Yeah, some character doing something in something unrelated, and then they open a door and then they get destroyed by that beam. A different one, every single day for the past 2 weeks.
I've still got a backlog of them.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah.
They're still, I mean, they're still funny to me.
Uh-huh.
That was a good trailer. Like the story mode.
Ooh, hot
reveal.
take.
Hot
That's
take.
controversial.
No, I was excited, right? So when the fucking lasers go off and everyone gets snapped, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Spoilers for the trailer of the game that's not come out yet. Yeah. So I'm excited. It's like, you know, you got the anime music coming in. You know, you know, basically any questions about it are confirmed. You know, trophies are out, spirits are in. You can play as any character you want in the story mode.
Is that true?
Is it?
I thought it was you could only play as Kirby. Like
no, in the trailer you see running around as Peach and Zelda and shit.
I thought that was like later on.
Yeah, well, you got to unlock them first. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you still play as any character you want. You just got to unlock. Like it's Subspace Emissary.
Subspace Emissary.
You know, you start as fucking Kirby. And
I thought you
Mario
started as Kirby, and I thought it was cool because Sakurai made Kirby.
That's exactly what it
was.
was,
The
yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's a story mode. This, you know, we suspected as much. They did the trailer and it was like, well, there's this other mode, but we're not talking about that one yet. And that's what it is. It's like, well, good. You know, it's a trailer. It showed it off. We got a nice little video. We got some memes out of it. It's great stuff.
It's good stuff. I did want to have a Subspace Emissary kind of thing in Smash 4, and I was kind of a little bit disappointed. They had this weird kind of... Did any of you play it? It was the board game type thing?
Yeah,
the board.
Smash board.
Yeah.
Or something, Smash...
What the fuck is that? I mean, you don't even remember the name of it.
I don't remember the name. I played it, but only because
it was there.
It was one of those event challenges things. It's if you play 4 full rounds of Smash boards or something and get a picture. You know, I'm sure it'd be great if I play with people, but most of the people I play with, don't want to play with items. They want to play as their characters, and it's a mode where you're forced to play a bunch of game modes which you're not necessarily going to want to. It's complete chaos, which is great if you like that.
Yeah.
Most people don't.
Yeah.
I can feel you guys desperately trying to steer the conversation away, but if we can just get back to the memes. Like, I'm talking, where's Waluigi at? Or that Sonic Pikachu good fan fiction, from the trailer. Like,
because he was going to try and help Pikachu.
Yeah.
Bless him.
Let's discuss that.
It's so cute.
Sonic and Pikachu.
Yeah.
I like one of my favourite is a picture of it's Sakurai from I think it's the second announcement trailer, and he's behind him are two chairs that one's yellow and one's purple, and he's got two fingers up, and he's like, I have turned Waluigi into two chairs.
The chair. Did you there was this okay, this is a meme. In the Reddit community for Smash Bros, they were convinced that characters were being announced
You talk
based
about the
on
leaks.
chairs.
The leaks.
The leaks, yeah, but Sakurai was doing it, and he was hinting at what characters were coming out based on the fucking furniture in the rooms he was in the trailer, and it was just like, wow, there's a lot of orange and green going on in this background. That's weird. It's fucking Skull Kid from Majora's Mask or whatever his name is.
Amazing. Yeah.
And then they were like, well, it's the moon is the new Majora Mask Sis trophy. So obviously Skull Kid's in from that fucking recent ass Legend of Zelda time.
On that train of thought, the leaks that Reddit went mental for last month.
I didn't see the leaks. And
The Grinch leaks.
Yes.
Right. That's what they called him.
Okay.
The guy was called Grinch.
Okay. I thought the Grinch was confirmed for Smash.
That's what I thought.
Well, that was a joke. That was like a little joke that people... I mean, I thought it would have been amazing.
Oh
there's
my
a new
God.
Grinch movie coming out.
Yeah,
So,
it's perfect tie-in.
Nintendo and I don't know who
It's,
did it. It's the people that
Illumination.
made Minions.
Illumination. Yeah.
Illumination.
Yeah, the worst animation. That's another call out. Call out so far at 8-bit and whatever that company's called.
Illumination Studios.
Yeah, fuck you both.
Yeah, fuck Illumination Studios. Make some good fucking movies. Anyway. Oh, did Illumination do emoji? Or was that Sony? That was Sony.
That's Sony.
Yeah.
Call out Sony.
Okay.
Just in general.
3. We're racking them up today.
If they put emojis in Smash. Because
on, man.
Sorry. Because there's like the little thing.
No, you
Have
guys-
some respect.
But you know the little because you can talk now.
Oh, you got
to,
little...
like other.
Yeah.
You can taunt.
Oh, taunts.
You can taunt and have pre-made messages pop
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
I'm really feeling it.
You're too slow.
It's like the you remember in a few Pokemon games before you can like choose from a pre-selected list of words.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or make the little trainer videos in some of the...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All those like pre-selected messages in Dark Souls. Try tongue, butthole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Classic.
Chest ahead. Anyway, what do you all main?
What are our mains? Well, in Smash 4, Roy was my boy. Roy's my boy.
Roy.
Yeah, so I was quite excited when he came back, and I don't know why, because I certainly didn't play as him in Melee, and he was. I think it was just because he was admitted from Brawl, if that makes sense. And then like he wasn't in Smash 4 initially; he was one of the first DLC characters, and for some reason, I was just like, "Well, shit, I've got to be Roy. I've got to play Roy," and he came out and he's pretty good. So he's got some slight variations from Marth and Lucina, whereas he was a clone copy of Marth from Melee. But he's actually quite good if you're just starting out and you don't really know much about competitive Smash, because he's got some really super simple setups, like his standard A attack rather than like lots of jabs which get quicker and quicker. It's the same move over and over again, and it's vague enough just to interrupt someone's attack, and that sets you up to do lots of stuff. His aerial attacks are quite broad, so they hit people. His hold down B and he charges up this big swing move, and that's fun to pull off when it works. So he's quite good for people who aren't good, if that makes sense. When you're first getting into sort of basic competitive stuff, I think. And I've stuck with him.
How amazed you don't play Snake?
Well, I don't really play Brawl that much.
Okay.
I've got to be honest. I haven't played Brawl in a very long time.
Okay.
When I did play Brawl, I hadn't played a Metal Gear game yet. I should mention to those listening. I love Metal Gear. I love it.
This is the Metal Gear man.
It's really my thing. But I hadn't played Metal Gear. I'd never played a Metal Gear game until only like maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
And by that time, Brawl.
Yeah, been and gone.
Yeah.
Will you be playing as him more in Ultimate?
Yes, I will. I'll be playing Snake.
Even though they nerfed that sweet.
They brought it back.
Did they?
They did bring it back.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I think they brought it back. I saw some recent pictures, and
was it photoshopped?
It may have been photoshopped.
Well, I hope
it may have been, but from what I've seen,
I just can't picture Sakurai going, "Oh well, the people want us, so I'm going to give them us."
Give the people what they want. Look, like Snake's ass is literally more important than his face. Like,
oh, literally,
his ass had more pixels than his goddamn face back in PS1 days.
Quite right.
It's what we spent most of the game looking at his rear end. So
you might as well make it good.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So Roy's my boy.
Roy's your boy. For me,
He's the host, so I mean.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. No, you go ahead, Josh.
I thought we were gonna go.
Yeah, my Josh is single too. So I main Link.
Okay, all right.
I'm a Link main. Which
you used to be Toon Link.
Yeah, but then it was just got harder and harder to with those enough power to get those like KOs. You know, really annoyed me in the end because he's good at just like Toon Link. I mean, just the quick in and outs, whacking up that damage, but you can't really seal the deal.
Sure.
So move to Link, and he's just got a bit more weight behind him. You know.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
It's all about the spam with Link. You know, I mean, Josh rightly knows.
All the gadgets you have.
Yeah, exactly. You hit him with bomb, bow, arrow, repeat, dodge out the way, and then that's it. From what I've seen, there's a big change in that his bombs.
All the remotes now.
In keeping with Breath of the Wild, yes, you can choose to set them off. And this worries me for a lot of reasons, to be honest. One of my signature moves when playing Smash is to hold a bomb and then jump over the person, and then while I'm over them, press down and release, and it bombs them. I think I saw one guy use it in competitive, and I said, "You stole my move." Please credit to @Goosehead on Twitter. But now with these remote control bombs, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that off as slickly if I also have to press an additional button. Also, if I drop a bomb, other people can like pick it up and throw it back at me.
They can do that?
Yeah, and they can kick it at you.
That's some horse shit.
Yeah, and if you leave it on the stage, if it takes enough damage, it explodes. And I just feel this is more opportunity for me to fuck up what was a simple process, you know? So I don't know if I'm going to have to switch.
Well, luckily you've now got three links.
Three goddamn links.
This is it. Yeah, I can choose.
You can be the young boy.
Yeah, the young Link looks like sort of. I mean, it's got the original bombs.
He's normal Link now.
Yeah, exactly, and he's also got like a sort of flurry attack similar to Toon Link. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna have to be when it comes out. I will have to see how it goes.
I was surprised that. But we'll get to you in a minute. Okay. I promise. But I was surprised that they didn't actually change more with Link.
Really?
I thought. I don't know why.
Or?
No, well, I thought it'd be different. It'd almost be like a different character. You'd have like breathy Link, and then you'd have...
Oh, I see.
Right, I thought because I was thinking like Breath of the Wild. Right, so Link's weapons break and stuff. I thought how like Robin changes out like the books.
Oh,
to
the sword. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why I thought that, but I was just thinking. It seems weird that the bombs changed. You can pick up arrows now, and you can shoot 2 arrows.
Yeah, if you shoot an arrow, it doesn't land. You can run up, pick it, and next time you shoot, it will be 2 arrows doing double damage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool.
Presumably a bit of spread on. I guess I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
But equally, other people can pick up those arrows and throw it back at you.
Presumably, because they're going to be there on the stage, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's any other changes. It just seems okay. So that's there. So I thought, well, you're going to make those changes. Why not go whole hog? Why is it when you do the spin attack, just keep going? Like how Link in Breath of the Wild, like
until you use your stamina.
Exactly. Or shit like that. Or Link does a lot of climbing in that game. Is he going to have when he's on a flat surface, can he just sort of ascend? Maybe. I don't know. I was thinking, why? It's a very different Zelda game.
Yeah.
Would that be represented in Smash?
I think the problem there is that he doesn't really have as many classic items to use. I mean, his arsenal in Breath of the Wild is entirely composed around his abilities with the Sheikah Slate. I'm not sure how you would implement. The cryo freeze, maybe.
That's
the magnets.
I've got to be honest. You're absolutely right. Not everyone's made of metal, so you can't just magnetize shit to you.
Yeah.
Not everything's made of water, so you can't just make a fucking pillar appear.
Yeah, I think they did the best they can with implementing Breath of the Wild stuff, and it's mainly cosmetic, to be honest.
It's true.
You know,
He's got the blue.
He's got the blue. When he comes in on the paraglider, and his final smash, instead of the light arrows, are now the
thingy arrows, the ancient arrows,
guardian arrows.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree that we probably could have done more, but I think Link's like one of those hardcore beloved characters from the beginning. Probably didn't want to mess with them too much, you know. Anyway, Josh.
A main villager.
Boo.
Okay, so villager is one of those technical. I'll put them in the technical character box.
Yeah, D tier. That's what you mean.
Explain what you do.
Like
explain
a
your
solid D tier.
Explain why I. Josh, you main villager.
I know another person who mains villager.
Okay.
And they're part of my friends. They're pretty damn good, but you know they do villager and King DDD. But I'll get to that. We'll get to them later. But yeah, tell me your villager.
So I mean, it basically came from me not being good at anyone in Brawl. I mained Meta Knight in Brawl because you can just spam B and win. So.
Yeah.
Like I've said before, I'm a casual player. So with that, it was really easy to like get the grips with Meta Knight, and I really enjoyed that. And then they, nerfed that, and then I was like, well, shit, I have to learn a character now. I have to actually, learn to play. So I got the 3DS preload, the demo.
Oh shit!
And I played the fucking shit out of that, and that only had like 6 characters. So I played Villager, was like the best of those like 6 or whatever, however many that was in that. So I got very good at them for as long as the demo was out. And then from there, when the main game came out, I wasn't really very good at anyone else. So I just kept with Villager and kind of, was able to win against the computers, and get better and better at them. And then from there, I just didn't want to move on to anyone else. Now, I like Villager because Villager has a lot of tiny little attacks that they can do kind of all at once in the same way that Link can. And there's been a fair few times where someone will try and get you with an attack and you can just pocket it. Which feels fucking amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
You feel like a fucking baller. I love that kind of shit. And then you can hit them back, taste their own medicine. I love that stuff. And then there's, of course, the tree, which is like a
3-stage attack, yeah.
3-stage attack and the best move in the goddamn game.
Yeah, that's a hot take.
I love shit like that.
I love the tree.
I love just dumb bullshit in Smash. Whether it's like it's a move that you got to press the B button 3 fucking times.
Down B, and it takes a long time. There are 3 different stages to it.
And it works every single
works.
fucking time. It's
If you can get good at that,
I love shit like that.
the villagers
I
are good
don't
person to
do
play
it.
as.
I can't. I don't have the patience for
Yeah.
that kind of shit. But like, even if it works on me, I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
GG, well deserved.
Yeah, I sure got hit by a fucking tree.
Villager's also incredibly floaty, like the floatiest, which makes him incredibly annoying to be an opponent of.
Yeah.
So like you can feel like it will do the little like thunder thing for when you smash them off the screen, and he still won't go off the screen.
Yeah,
because
I swear there have been
floaty.
times where you've been on one stock and I smash you, and I think, well, that's it. I put my controller down and I'm heading off to grab another beer, but you still float in with the balloons.
Yeah, you float back in.
I swear that's happened more than once.
And there's the gyro thing that you can like jump on and gyro rocket back onto the stage as well,
yeah.
which is great. So all the recovery is there. He's floaty as all heck anyway. So he's resilient in that you can bounce him around a lot, and trust me, he gets bounced around a lot. But he's still resilient in that he can stay on screen, and that's the ultimate goal of survival Smash, not for was it time trial or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I barely play that version. I only really play
Stocks.
stock. Yeah.
So do you think you're going to play Isabelle?
Since getting my ass handed to me many a time as Villager, I've kind of moved on to Cloud. I found Cloud to be like a really interesting kind of character because he's kind of he's fast enough, and I quite like that he's agile, and I just really like his moveset. He's really easy to in the same way that Roy is. He's another sword character. He's very easy to pick up, quite somewhat easy to play, and he's got another one of those moves similar to the tree for his burst limit.
Oh yeah, you literally got to fill a little bar.
And that fills is similar to Little Mac as well, and I do like playing Little Mac as well with his little KO meter.
Yeah.
As well, Little Mac is really really fun to play for like the time attack version of Smash, but terrible for survival because he has no goddamn recovery. He's got absolutely no recovery, and if Little Mac had more recovery, I would play as him a hell of a lot more because he's really fun.
Little Mac is fun. Everyone cheers for Little Mac.
I like him.
You see you squinting there, yeah.
Yeah, I've been KO'd by Little Mac one too many times.
I love that. I love that move. And the burst limit for Cloud is really fun if you can get it right as well. I love little moments like that in Smash. They kind of make the game. Those little, the KO moment, the burst limit moment, the tree falling on you moment. It's the setup to the
climax.
The climax, and that's for me really makes the game.
Listeners won't be able to see the faces we made at each other just then.
That was a poor choice of words.
No, I don't really have anything to add other than, Cloud is a hunky anime boy.
It's true.
See, I don't play Cloud for the character of Cloud.
Yeah, lies.
No, I've never played Final Fantasy VII. I've played only one Final Fantasy game that was 10, and that game is okay, not great. I've recently been playing Lord of the Rings: The Third Age, which is Final Fantasy X, but Lord of the Rings flavors.
Really?
Yeah.
I know that fucking thing. Yeah.
It's good fun.
It's a turn-based
Yeah,
Lord of the Rings
turn-based.
game.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, way.
Oh.
It's good fun.
I bought it because it had a picture of the Balrog on the back.
Oh yeah, and you can fight the Balrog.
I didn't get that far.
Yeah, it's a very long game.
The only Lord of the Rings game I played was this terrible game for the original Xbox, in which it was like the Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh no.
It was like, it's just like this weird RPG adventure game
Are
thing.
you serious?
Yeah, and it was sort of like a bit open world. I sort of walked all around the Shire and never got out.
It's funny you mention that because someone was telling me about this the other day, and
Really?
that was verbatim when they said, "Yeah, I was playing the Fellowship of the Ring, and I got lost in the Shire, and I couldn't get out, and you have to speak to everyone."
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, what, 8 when I played it? I had no idea what was
That's what
going
they
on.
said.
Yeah. So this experience is pretty universal then,
Yeah.
of people who
fucking
picked up,
God.
oh yeah, fuck yeah, I love Lord of the Rings, but then just wandered around the Shire for about 12 hours.
Smash Brothers.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about Isabel
Okay.
Okay.
because what the fuck?
What do you mean, what the fuck?
It's such a weird choice for a character.
Is it though?
I'm not
Yeah.
complaining.
She's cute.
She's adorable, and I'm very excited to play as them because, as you were saying, like I main villager, and they're another part of the Animal Crossing series.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited to play as them. On the announcement trailer, I was so kind of flabbergasted that it was true and that they were an actual player character that are kind of, in action movies when there's like a bomb explosion and everything just kind of mutes to that and they can't hear anything.
Yeah.
I was like that for the entire time that Isabel was like beating other people up in that trailer. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very happy it happened.
Sure.
I'm really excited to play as them. They're going to be really interesting to play as, but fuck me.
When this Smash was announced, and it was all we knew it was going to be a Smash Brothers on the Switch. Something that I was speaking to someone about this, but it was just like this game could feasibly have anyone, right? There are no barriers really in place. After the end of Wii U Smash, you got all these third-party characters coming in as DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
This was before we knew it was going to have fucking everyone. It was just like, any newcomers to this, they could literally come from anywhere. I was thinking there was going to be like fucking Crash Bandicoot. I wasn't even surprised with Isabel, because not that it seemed like an obvious choice, it's just that if someone said, oh, I quite like Isabel, and then, you're Sakurai, you're thinking, it's villager, isn't it? But just, he's got a fishing rod. It's.
I think Isabel is so beloved, really. I mean,
Oh,
I
absolutely.
haven't played the Animal Crossing in which she appears. I can't remember which one it is, but I love her. I love her already. She's great.
It's just a cute little dog.
Yeah. There's some great memes of Isabel. I don't know if
you've shown me a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's pictures of her and Snake being buddies. And Snake lots of pictures of Isabel in like a sneaking suit and a gun. And
My favourite was a picture of her wearing various shirts with like words on them, and one of them was like "fuck you." The other was "you fucking incel."
It's said fuck what.
And bitch, what the fuck?
Bitch, what the fuck?
I fucking love it.
Can we just backtrack for a second?
Sure.
Okay.
Into something you said earlier. It's bringing up the fact that everyone from the previous games is in this game.
Everyone's here.
Everyone's here.
Okay, brace yourselves.
Okay.
For a hot take.
Okay.
I think that's bullshit.
Not everyone is here.
No, in that, what's the point?
What's the point?
Yeah, I know. I'm not really a big fan. I know this one is called Ultimate. It's the biggest selling point that they've got everyone from all the previous games. But
Most of the stages too, which is we'll get to that. Sorry,
I would have much preferred just to have a new Smash with new different characters.
Okay.
Just think about how many actual new characters there are. There's only a handful. I mean,
About
there's,
10,
what,
I would
80
say?
characters, but half of them are Echo Fighters,
That's true.
and half of them are bullshit.
Okay, okay, I'm gonna bring it on 2 points. First of all, Echo Fighters aren't stealing slots from potential new characters. In Smash 4, people got really fucking upset that Dr. Mario and Lucina were in the game. And they were like, because, oh no, they're in the game, so we can't have fucking King K. Rool or some shit. Right? And Sakurai was like, no, it's just because it didn't take any fucking time to make those characters, because it was literally giving Mario a fucking doctor suit and we're making Martha into a girl, right? They're not stealing slots, it's just an extra little thing we've put in there.
I'm not so worried about them stealing slots. It's the fact that they count them as whole new characters. Those Echo Fighters are included in the total number, and they use time during the Direct to announce those Echo Fighters. Think about this. Yeah, think about this last Nintendo Direct, when everyone was expecting the big old reveal of, I don't know, something amazing. One of them was an Echo Fighter.
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got a new Pokemon rep.
Oh, amazing!
I want
Can't
to talk
wait.
about Incineroar.
Oh, okay, let's do this.
Well, that's a new character. You say,
Who the fuck is Incineroar?
Yeah, exactly. So many Pokemon, man. There are too many Pokemon.
The new kids love Incineroar. Have you played Sun and Moon?
I haven't actually.
They're really, really good games. I'll tell you what. People go, oh, every fucking Pokemon game is the same. Sun and Moon aren't. They're a whole new setup. They're like a traditional JRPG with Pokemon.
Isn't it like super handholdy? Also, what the fuck is Alolan?
They're fucking kids games, man. They're for kids.
Look, I played through the original Blue when I was 5, and I had a pretty fucking good time, and no hand-holding at all. When I was in Team Rocket's base, I spun around on those little teleporters thing for about 3 years.
Right.
It made me the person I am today. I don't need a little tutorial pop-up telling me exactly where I need to go.
I'm going to let you in on 2 things, right? First of all, the spinny things aren't that hard now if you were an adult, right?
Okay, I know, I was 5.
Yeah, no,
right.
I
And that's the thing, if you were 5 playing these Pokemon games, right, they would be more accessible. That's all. They're maybe they seem handholdy to a grown adult.
I don't want to go all kids these days on you, but I mean kids these days with their Pokemons.
They're Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean,
They're Pokemon.
It's a 20-year-old franchise.
I think
it definitely does have to evolve to modern standards.
Is that a pun?
But I wish it wouldn't.
Okay.
Is my point.
Okay, that's fine. That's Pokemon. It doesn't matter. The point is, in Incineroar, Litten was one of the starting Pokemon.
Oh, they're a starter, are they?
Right.
Yeah, Litten's a starter. It's a cute little dark fire type cat.
Yeah.
Right, I'm pretty sure it's dark. I chose the Poplio, the seal Pokemon.
Right. Because why the fuck wouldn't you? They're adorable.
Because
Yeah,
water starters are the best.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
No,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, I think a bunch of people like Litten because it's a cat. People like cats.
Yeah.
And its final form is Incineroar, so it's a wrestler.
So it's a starter like Charizard is.
Yeah, but it made sense out of most of the Pokemon that were popular in the Sun and Moon. If you're gonna have to pick one to be, in the new character, you're not gonna pick the fully evolved seal, which is like it's wearing like a gown.
I just feel like if you're going to pick Pokemon, you can pick the ones that are fucking cool.
Okay.
And have good abilities.
So
It fucking throws you into like a little ring. It sets up a ring.
It's just another brawler. I mean, like, get the dude who's literally an ice cream in there for fuck's sake. I mean, if we're gonna have a fucking piranha plant in there.
Right, so what I thought was gonna happen for this announcement, I sent you a message before, and in that I thought they were going to announce Eevee for Smash. And now Eevee makes a lot of sense because, like Pokemon Trainer, you can kind of evolve them in different ways. You could have Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon all in there if you wanted to. So you could have all of those different kind of attacks as Eevee. Eevee is like the not spokesperson, but like the face of the new Pokemon Let's Go, which is out now. A big franchise that Nintendo have put like a lot of money into and are promoting the heck out of because it's the game, it's the flavor of the month right now.
Yeah.
So it would make absolutely perfect sense from a marketing standpoint to put Eevee in there and have them be the new Pokemon if you're going to announce a Pokemon. Now, there are a lot of Pokemon in Smash already, but there are also a lot of links in Smash already.
Hey, whoa. In my opinion, there's not enough links.
Would you be cross if Incineroar was part of like a second Pokemon trainer? Like a low-end Pokemon trainer, and Incineroar is just one of 3 new Pokemon?
Yes, I would.
You'd be cross with that?
Yeah, because I hated being the Pokemon trainer. It was too complicated. And I know I've just put forward the idea that Eevee could be 3 different Pokemon in one.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm saying you could do that. I wouldn't like it.
Okay.
I wouldn't play as it personally because I find that far too complicated. In its kind of, it's the same like when Zelda was also Sheik, and you could like transform, and then that's a whole different like moveset.
Yeah.
That was a bit too complicated for me as a filthy casual. So if you are going to bring Incineroar into the fray, I'm happy they're doing it in the way that they are, rather than at the hands of another Pokemon trainer.
Okay, that's fair enough.
What do you think, Daniel?
Yeah, Pokemon trainers bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
And also, I don't want to go back to the numbers thing. I don't know why it annoys me, but it does. The number count.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are very up in arms about it, but they sometimes include the 3 Pokemon in the Pokemon.
And sometimes it doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's such a huge marketing point that they're putting forward right now is the numbers, and they keep bringing it up in every announcement. That they announce it's this many stages, we've got this many characters, and even if you go onto the website, they're sorted by their number.
Yeah.
So the numbers are important from a marketing standpoint. Sakurai said on Incineroar joining that he always wanted to have a pro wrestling character. And that's where Incineroar comes from. I think that's the choice of bringing Incineroar into it. But given I know you have some knowledge of pro wrestling.
Boy, howdy!
If we were going to bring in a pro wrestling character into Smash, who would it be?
What, like from actual wrestling?
Yeah, why not? Hulk Hogan would be a good one.
Yeah.
Hulk's, I mean, that's, everyone fucking knows who Hulk is.
Exactly, so it's like a good all-rounder.
The old Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Triple H.
Yeah, just all the classics.
I tell you what, though.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? His down B would be like a rock.
I don't think that's how Smash works. It's not a matter of, the classics, if that makes sense. It's got to fit the sort of the Smash mystique.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, define Smash mystique.
Yeah, go on.
All right, look. Why is Game & Watch in Smash Brothers?
All right, then now there's a question. I really like Game & Watch as a character.
Well, no,
I play them like a lot, but why the fuck are they there?
Game & Watch is fine. They're not like a fucking main or anything, but I know how to play Game & Watch. It's just,
he's good fun.
He's good fun. I like his final smash.
His octopus.
Octopus thing.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of cool. I like how it kind of like glitches in and out.
Yeah.
It's not because fucking Nintendo, but no one thinks of the Game & Watch as the fucking classic Nintendo.
Yeah,
stuff.
no one looks back on the Game & Watches with rose tinted nostalgia.
They don't look back on it fondly, right?
No.
It's just it's a thing. And it's not that they're paying homage. It's not that they're paying their respects to the classics or some shit like that. It's because Game & Watch is fucking goofy, right? And the whole point of the characters, each one of his moves is taken from a different game.
Watch,
When you make a character for Smash, it's not like, they've got to have not a gimmick so much as here's the concept of the character, right? If you were to make a Captain Toad character for Smash,
oh Christ,
here's the concept: Captain Toad can't jump. Let's make a Smash character that can't jump, right?
Oof.
You got to enter with a concept.
I would have agreed with you if this was 2 months ago, but right. I think a very recently announced character has just blown that theory out the water.
You're talking about Piranha Plant?
I am, yes.
What
is the concept of Piranha Plant?
I think
what's the mystique of a fucking plant?
I think Piranha Plant is the perfect example of the Smash mystique.
Oh right, here we go.
Right, look. So. Piranha Plant is just like an enemy. It's not even an enemy. It's just like an obstacle. It's a fucking thing, right? In the background of fucking Mario games, and it pops up. But if you look at it, the only way it operates is outside of this little fucking tube that it comes out of, and it makes sense. So that's your concept. It's a character which is confined to the tube. Right? So all of its moves, all of them, it's either extending or sweeping or it's spinning, and it's using this head. It's this really interesting shape, and it's doing all this interesting movement. Its silhouette's completely different to every other motherfucker in the lineup. It's got a projectile, which, I would have preferred it if it couldn't spit poison. I think it would just be better if it was literally just knocking people around its head and extending and going in weird directions. And it's got dumb little tiny feet that move it along.
Have you seen his
right?
feet?
No, I haven't.
Right.
Actually.
I would have preferred it if it was just the little tube that just like
That's what
tapping
I
around.
wanted, but it has feet.
It's got little feet because it's got a down spike.
I suppose that's not unprecedented because you remember Piranha, PT Piranha in Sunshine and everything. So,
yeah, and that's just Final
That's
Smash.
his Final Smash is Peter
Is it?
Piranha.
Yeah, and it's into that. And I genuinely think, okay, it's not everyone's favourite character, but that's not the point. You know, not many people fucking... Loads of people liked Crom, right? I never played that Fire Emblem game, but everyone loves Crom. Crom didn't get into it until now. Now he's an Echo Fighter for Roy. But it's whether or not you got the concept. It's the Smash mystique that makes the character.
Yeah. I feel now that we're verging, 70 odd characters. The Smash mystique, I agree, is there, but it's sort of thinning. It's being stretched.
It's thinning out, and... no, you're right. You're absolutely right. And part of the problem is that when there's more and more characters who are more and more similar, you know, like it's like, it's in some ways it's gotten better. Like Luigi was just a copy of Mario, and now he's like his own thing. He's got weird random attributes that come in. You know, he's got like he can misfire with his green missile move.
Yeah.
Like he's got the vacuum cleaner now as part of his throw, which is a new thing in the new one.
That's very cool.
You know, although those little changes they made over the course of that's good. But back in the day, you know, there's not much to separate him. You know, why Mario worked as a character for me, I think, was because he's side scrolling. He's a side scroller character, and everything is taken from that. He jumps. You know, when he does his up B, coins come out because it's like he's hitting boxes and stuff.
He's now got the hat from Odyssey whenever he up Bs.
That's another concept. Villager, his whole thing is collecting, right? So that's part of his moveset is pocketing stuff. You know, I could go on, but you are right though. In some ways, it is thinning out, especially with DLC characters where they are based purely on popularity.
Yeah, I know, Josh, you wanted to talk about DLC, didn't you?
I do want to talk about DLC. The main, how this kind of podcast came about was that I ranted on @Lewis for like 2 full uninterrupted minutes about DLC and DLC kind of as a concept initially, but also the DLC for Smash. Now, I didn't buy any...
So how much are you paying for the game again?
I didn't. I bought the Wii U with Smash preloaded.
Right.
And my friend, call out to Jason. It's not a call out. It's a shout out. So we're not shouting.
Fuck you, Jason.
No, he's very good.
I love you, Jason.
He's a lovely man. I bought his Wii U and he had already preloaded Smash onto it, and I bought it for that. Really, I bought it for Smash. And I still have his account on there because he bought some of the characters. The only one I don't have is Bayonetta, which would be fun to have, but he bought Cloud and, what was it?
Corrin and Roy and Ryu? You got Ryu?
Yeah, I got Ryu.
Yeah. And Mewtwo.
I think I've got Ryu. And Mewtwo. So Mewtwo was kind of a pre-order thing, so if you had both of them, if you had it for both Wii U and 3DS, you could get Mewtwo. For free. So what I did is I pre-ordered both, got Mewtwo, and then traded in the Wii U one because I didn't own a Wii U at the time. So I essentially got it for free.
Well, no one else did either.
Yeah.
But the kind of addition to DLC...
I'm sorry, I just got your joke. That's
about no one owning
no,
the Wii U.
Wii U. Yeah. Oh, dear. Wow, I'm fucking slow.
So what they've done is before... Right now for Smash Ultimate, what happened in Smash 4 is that they announced DLC and I was like, okay, that's fine because the game was like already out. But the game isn't out yet. It is like under a month to release, and they have already announced in the most recent thing that there is going to be, and this is almost a direct quote, a year's worth of DLC. Now that to me sounds like money grabbing, and like
Nintendo? Money grab? No!
Yeah, exactly.
You say that, but previously they have been good. I think for the past few years they've been holding out on goodwill because they've been resisting this microtransactions.
Yes,
exactly. It triggers me so much I can't even say the word. Microtransactions, paid DLC, all that rubbish. Nintendo has sort of been holding out until I feel the Switch, in which, Zelda had that paid DLC, which was rubbish.
Come on. It's got 2 packs, doesn't it?
Come on. A motorbike,
yeah.
Come on.
That's bullshit. A prime example of that, sorry to interrupt, is Mario Odyssey, in which they keep revealing new outfits. You just keep getting new outfits, and they're free.
Absolutely. But with this Smash, They've announced a season pass.
For the character, yeah, you get...
I mean, come on.
It's $25 or pounds or whatever. 5 new characters, 5 new stages, and then music to go along with them. I don't like the concept of passes, because I don't know if...
You don't know if it's going to be good.
I don't know if it's going to be good. I'm sure I'm sure it's
more-
going to be fucking fantastic. But
Yeah, because it's
I'm
Smash.
paying however much it is for the game. Anyway,
£60.
I bought the console, 230 quid.
Mhm.
I don't want to have to pay another 25 quid. I don't want to have to pay for the online services. I don't want to have...
I don't want to pay for the online services.
You also don't know whether there's going to be extra DLC. I got baited by Destiny 2 recently, which Destiny 2 is a personal source point for me, and it could be an entire podcast by itself. But I bought the season pass for Destiny 2, and then got to the end, DLC was released, and it's like, guess what? Second season pass. And I was like, what the fuck? I bought the pass, man. Give me the DLC. But
you weren't able to get it.
Who knows?
Same with Rainbow Six. It's like the season. If you bought the season, but I didn't, which was a mistake because you could feasibly buy new characters. After a few games, you might have 1,000 points, 25,000 points. To buy one character, and that's before upgrades and shit, and no skins or anything. You buy the season pass, which is a lot of money, realistically speaking, for digital shit. That's year 1. Then there's year 2. Well, I think we've just started year 3.
Christ.
And it's another full price shelling out.
Yeah.
It's like buying the game 3 times over.
Yeah.
So there is good DLC. DLC has its merit because there are DLCs in the Fallout games which are amazing.
They are
incredible, very very good. I kind of don't recommend the base game of Fallout because Fallout 3 and New Vegas because the DLCs are so good. You're better off getting the Ultimate Edition. Now, Smash Ultimate is already called Smash Ultimate. I feel that it's kind of a hot take coming up, boys. It's kind of selling itself
if
by
everyone
calling itself
if everyone is here,
how come everyone isn't here? Why are we paying for additional...
Sakurai.
Sakurai, explain. Fucking it annoys me and it makes my blood boil because video games didn't used to be like this for an incredibly long time. Like there's no DLC in Melee, there's no DLC in the 64 version because the capability wasn't there. Now for the Wii, you could connect it to the internet and you could get patches. So you could patch that game. So technically, I suppose you could get free DLC in Brawl. I think the ability for it to happen was there, but they didn't do it because the game was finished on its release. Now, to me, it sounds like if you're going to release more content to a game, that sounds unfinished to me.
Yeah.
And because Smash was announced this year and being released this year, I would be happy waiting another 6 to 8 months for all of that content and an actual Smash Ultimate Game of the Year, best gold edition, which has absolutely fucking everything in it. Because that's kind of where video games are going now. They release like the base version and then the version with all the DLC in it. And we've seen that happen time and time again. And it just annoys me so much that it's not Nintendo specifically, but the video game industry feels that this is like a good way to make video games now. Because it didn't used to be like this. It used to be you got a game and that was it.
Yeah.
And I feel like an old man yelling at the clouds.
Well, and join the club.
Yeah, because it's like, I miss the good old days, but I genuinely do. I don't want to shell out more money for a game I already own.
On that train of thought is day one patches.
Oh my god!
Remember when you got a game and it had been quality assured for like months, if not a year, and like it didn't really. I mean, sure, some games were buggy, but generally, I feel that people can just release whatever they want now, with the knowledge that they can just patch it later.
Yeah.
Nintendo have generally been pretty good at that.
Yeah.
I mean, think of Breath of the Wild. Keep bringing it up, but just think how little bugs there are in that game for how big it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Odyssey. Like they were made really well.
Yeah.
Like and it shows. And I like the fact I can put the cartridge in my Switch and it plays, and I don't have to wait for a fucking download or anything. It just goes.
That's lovely.
That's a nice feeling.
Yeah. So Nintendo, mixed bag nowadays of
I agree.
consumer practices.
I'm hoping that these practices will die out at some point. When people vote with their wallets. If that makes sense.
I was going to say I think that's down to the consumers really, and not accepting those practices.
Yeah. Well, the only reason they're doing this is for money, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It's all about the bottom line. So if they don't get the money, then they're going to change tactics, right? So
I disagree. I don't think it will come, because as long as there is DLC, there are going to be people wanting DLC, and there are going to be people buying DLC. So I don't think at any point a company is going to go, you know, we're not selling enough DLC, let's stop making it, because it's always going to be a practice that as long as it is put forward, there's going to be a market and they're going to make money. I think the only way it can change is by the practices of the game developers and the publishers, and how I mean EA are horrible for it, aren't they? Absolutely.
Yeah, they had a recent
disgusting.
meltdown with that Star Wars Battlefront stuff, though.
Yeah.
Well, they did it twice. They had two fucking times. They've announced number 3. Battlefront 3 is going to come out at some point, and it's going to be the same fucking thing.
I feel like we were just playing a game of Minesweeper and I hit a mine.
But it's like, we're making Star Wars Battlefront 1. Fucking great, you know. It's Star Wars Battlefront. Everyone loves Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2. On you know, I played that on the PS2 with my brother. You know, instant action.
Such a classic.
I wasn't really into the space combat, but loads of people.
I love the space combat.
Yeah.
It's great, you know, and all the voice. You know, I've got those fucking voice cues drilled in my fucking brain. Like, you know, yeah. Watch out for those wrist rockets, all that shit. You know, that's just great, right? They were really fun games. So when EA is like, oh, you know, we're going to make the new Battlefront, superb, you know, it's going to come out basically in time with The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
It's got all the momentum it needs, and this fucking game comes out and it's basically online only. Oh, that's not the problem. It's not the problem that it's online only. It's that you know, it's like, oh, I can't play with my friend because they've got the DLC and I haven't. Right?
I didn't realise that was a thing.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm missing out. I'm missing out all the time because, you know, I paid... It must have been 50 quid at launch for that game. And then I'm expected to pay on top of that, which I'm not going to do. So I miss out on everything. I can't really realistically play with people unless if they've bought the DLC. And then it's like, don't worry guys, we had a lot of feedback from Star Wars Battlefront 1. We're going to do Star Wars Battlefront 2. It's going to be even better. And now, you know, The Last Jedi's coming out, right? So we're going to have a great big new amount of like Steam. We're going to have, you know, new locations from all the new shit we've done. And this time we got loot crates. Hey, so it's you know, we've addressed the issues from the last game, you know, like people just waiting for like 10 hours so they can play as the hero, and now you gotta fucking get heroes like loot crates or whatever the fuck. It doesn't fucking matter. I didn't get the second one. I didn't need to, because it's more of the same. And now they're coming out with number 3, and they'll be something. They'll make a joke out of it. They'll be like, "Don't worry, there's no loot crates this time." But instead of loot crates, you'll buy a $5 booster, which increases the likelihood of becoming a hero or something. I don't fucking know. They'll do something. They'll do something shit. It's EA. They'll fuck it up. They'll fuck it up every time.
Yeah.
So we were talking about like the different practices put forward for DLC, and see, I don't hate micropayments, and the reason I don't hate micropayments is they work if you are releasing a free game. Okay.
Yes.
So, for example, Team Fortress 2, in which you can buy your own fucking hats and stuff. It's all cosmetic. It means nothing.
Right. Cosmetic is the word. If I logged onto fucking Team Fortress 2 and it was like, oh, this guy killed me with this gun, and you can do that because you can buy equipment which is feasibly better. Right?
Yeah.
Well, it's understood that the best weapons in Team Fortress 2 are the stock.
Are the stock ones.
I mean, the other ones...
They are.
The other ones just have gimmicks. Niche play styles.
To Smash Brothers.
Well, I want to start wrapping up. I want to know, so there is DLC, whether I like it or not, or whether anyone likes it or not, it's happening.
Yes.
It's happening for the next year. Who do you think is going to be in it? And do you think, because they're releasing it in packs, right?
Right.
Yes.
So
they come with the stages and shit.
Yeah. So are the packs going to be individual games and series?
Is it going to be themed?
Yeah.
Is it going to be by ballot? I was wondering if it was going to be ballot based,
like they did last time.
Bayonetta was picked by popular concession.
What was it?
Concession. Well, yeah, because there was the Smash ballot during Smash 4.
Yeah, and Goku was number 1.
Goku, unfortunately, couldn't make the roster.
I remember I voted for Shovel Knight.
Yes. I voted Professor Layton, as I remember.
That would have been good.
Yeah.
He fought a guy with a sword in that one game. In Smash 4, there was the Smash ballot. You know, everyone took a vote. King K. Rool was up there.
Oh yeah.
But look, everyone.
Ridley as well.
Yeah, Ridley. Shovel Knight. Everyone was fucking up there. But Bayonetta was picked because obviously they took probably the top 50 picks and said what's the most feasible, and I'm assuming they called up the bloke who does Bayonetta, and they were like, "Yo, can Bayonetta be in Smash?" And he was like, "Yes, they can be in Smash.
Cool.
Here's some assets."
Just before we do this, I know a lot of hopes and dreams were crushed recently because it's like a Smash clone that's been released. It's on Sony platforms, and I think Rayman is on it.
I want Rayman. I would love Rayman to be in it because he conforms to all of the predisposed rules that we had kind of set up for like a character in Smash.
Yeah, I've got it. It's called. Sorry to interrupt. It's called Brawlhalla. Yeah,
When is it coming out?
November 6th, so it's already out.
Is it really?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
He's on the Switch.
I'm not really sure. Why do you want to?
I kind of want to get it on the Switch.
Yeah, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PS4, and Steam.
You got a Switch?
Yeah, I got a
Yeah,
Switch.
Yeah, that's all downloaded tonight. That's fucking and buy the online and
I'm looking up the Brawlhalla roster.
fuck me.
Please do, because this is something I would like to know.
Actually,
but it's
this
a
is
shame.
Brawlhalla tier list. Wow.
Have you
Rayman's
seen
gonna
the
be on
Shrek Super Slam tier list?
I have, yes. Oh my gosh, I love the idea of
Oh.
Shrek Super Slam. I would love to play it sometime.
Oh no! Look, they're all OC.
Oh, so if they're
Apart
not
from special
Rayman.
guest star Rayman.
Oh well, that's a shame because I would have loved to have Rayman in Smash because they are a silhouette, like a very identifiable silhouette. They've got the fucking stretch hands
going
It's a
out.
no-brainer, surely.
It's an absolute no-brainer.
they throw fireballs or whatever.
He's got his recovery because he uses his
This
hair.
hair
as a-
like
Yeah.
twizzles around, and it's perfect because they've already released Mario and Rabbids?
Yeah,
game.
Rayman. Rabbids started out with Rayman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
exactly. So that's already a Ubisoft Nintendo coalition. It makes perfect sense to have him as part of the roster, but unless he can be in both games, I don't know.
It's feasible, I guess.
It's absolutely feasible, but Brawlhalla would have no selling point if he is in
Also in Smash.
in
Yeah.
Smash.
I think we should split this into two categories.
Yeah,
One, realistic expectations.
yeah,
Right.
I've done
And
it
two,
like that.
a fantasy.
Who do we want?
Perfect.
Who do we think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start. You're in.
Alright, so realistic expectations. I think for first party Nintendo IPs it's a difficult one. Josh, when you told me you wanted to hear our DLC predictions, I had a look online, for just lists of Nintendo characters sorted by franchises. And for each franchise, the main ones have pretty much already been done.
They're already there.
So
Yeah,
I think what we're looking at is third party IPs.
yeah. I mean, they did it
mainly.
for Bayonetta. What were the ones for Smash 4? It was Bayonetta and Ryu and Cloud, and they're all new stuff that isn't like maybe like some of the games are published by Nintendo, but other than that,
They're pretty fucking high caliber though. Before them, it was Sonic and Snake, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Outside of that crew, Mega Man, sorry, right?
Mega Man, Pac-Man.
Outside of that crew, they're the big names, right? Mario and Pikachu and Link.
Excuse me.
Live amongst them in that. They're top tier, and even I'd say like Bayonetta and Snake and shit, they're below them. Like they have not been around long enough to be inside the same crew.
Realistic expectations. This wouldn't have been on my realistic expectations a few years ago, but I think what's changed it is the resurgence of classic 90s characters.
Are you gonna say Sora?
No.
Oh,
Although, maybe.
okay.
But I'm thinking more with the remastered versions of Bandicoot and Spyro.
Oh yeah.
Quite possibly, there's renewed interest in those.
Absolutely.
Not only by the people, but also by the publishers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's riding on a hype wave, so quite possibly they'd be down for that.
Both on the Switch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both on the Switch.
absolutely. And it's not like Sony hasn't given up their properties before.
Yeah. Bandicoot's on Xbox One right now.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
game in
those-
Smash.
I'd say Spyro or Bandicoot.
One of them at least.
Maybe. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Unrealistic expectations? Fucking Master Chief, baby.
Yeah, I think
Dude,
Master
Get his
Chief.
fucking Halo.
I want him.
Yeah,
I want him
I
in
want
there.
him
I think he'd
really badly.
work.
Get the fucking Spartan laser out.
Yes.
I knew that would be. You charge it. It's good for throws grenade, plasma
Yeah.
grenade. Sticks
Yeah.
to people. That's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
It sticks to people.
Absolutely.
I want that because he is the literally like the icon for Microsoft.
Yeah.
He's like
He's all they got.
Absolutely.
It's him and Marcus Phoenix, and we're not getting Marcus.
His
Oh,
final
fuck
smash could be you align all 7 Halo rings and wipe out all sentient life in the game. You just win the game automatically.
It would be so good to see him shoot his way out of that. It would be so good. I would be overjoyed.
I would love that.
But never gonna happen.
No, I've made a couple lists for
Oh, you go. Sorry.
for who I think it will be. For me, I think Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Sora Roxas.
Yeah, it's similarly renewed interest with their
Because 3 is coming out, and from there you've also got stages as well. Stages go like hand in hand with Kingdom Hearts because they're all like in their own different worlds and stuff. So the stages that come out and the original music is very iconic to Kingdom Hearts as well. So it goes hand in hand with both character, stage, and music.
You know what I think is going to be the blockade to that?
What
is the Disney IPs?
Is the Disney IPs. So what they can do is they can keep the original music that is original to either Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy, because it takes, from the Final Fantasy world as well. And so they can add in more Final Fantasy songs, but still keep Sora, because Sora is a Square Enix character. However, do Disney have their grubby mitts on Sora? I think they might.
Yeah, but also, what is Sora without Donald and Goofy backing him up during a final smash?
True.
Because it would be like fucking...
They use their powers, all three together, quite frequently.
Sora, and then there's the other... Because right now, and for the past year, Final Fantasy 15 has been sticking its long dick into goddamn every video game series it can, in that there's even because you could get it for Steam, right? You could preload it, and you could get Gordon Freeman's suit.
Really?
Yeah. In Final Fantasy.
Are you fucking?
I'm not kidding. It's a genuine thing. There are other games that have had Final Fantasy 15 put into them, even in Assassin's Creed Origins. There's one part where you go to a temple it's got X and then V, and it's like these numbers, they are important. And then you solve the puzzle, you get a chocobo, and you can ride on a chocobo in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This is a real thing. This happened. Tekken 7, Noctis is a playable character. You can fight as Noctis. They're a DLC character, but you can fight as them, and they can't afford for Final Fantasy 15 to fail, because it had been in production for it'd been in production hell for a long time. There's a lot more to the development of that game than I thought there was.
It's £12 at CX.
So, I think Noctis might find his grubby mitts
as a cloud clone, or
maybe. I don't know enough about Noctis. I don't know enough about Final Fantasy 15. But I think it might happen. I had also written down Shadow the Hedgehog, Eevee, Master Chief, Dixie Kong.
Oh,
because we haven't seen Dixie Kong in previous games. I think there were assist trophy.
Was Dixie Kong in the most recent, the one on the Switch, the Jungle Freeze or whatever it was called?
Has anyone ever played any of those games?
I haven't. For whatever reason, they're fucking popular though.
Really?
They got rave reviews.
With the 1 to 3 audience, or what?
No, with fucking anyone. If you like Mario, if you like side-scrolling Mario games, if you're a platformer person, which I'm not, which means 90% of Switch games I'm not into.
No, you're a quote-unquote hardcore gamer.
Yeah. I don't play around with that pussy shit.
Yeah.
Fucking platform.
Playing Dark Souls and
I don't jump! Fuck.
Miss me with that platform.
Playing Dark Souls and harassing journalists on Twitter.
I would say that the Donkey Kong games are fucking artistic in their platforming.
They're good. They're good fun.
They are good. They're good.
They are. I
wouldn't play them, but they're good.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I think Dixie Kong would be an okay addition, but who I want it to be was Solera Vestora. And I think
you want to put the Dark Souls.
I want to put Dark Souls man in it because I love Dark Souls. I just love Dark Souls to fuck. And because they have just released Dark Souls for the Switch, Dark Souls Remastered.
They got the amiibo.
They got the goddamn amiibo. The amiibo's already there. They don't have to make a whole new one. They're already making a whole new range of amiibos. They don't need to for Solaire because he's already gosh darn there. And there's a whole fuck ton of music for Dark Souls, which would be great. There's some great stages that you could make with environmental hazards if you were that kind of guy.
Lava and big tit spiders.
Yeah, exactly, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, there's already the stages.
Sorry, does that have the Smash Brothers mystique, Liz?
Big tit spider?
Yeah.
I reckon so. I think they got the silhouette.
The bad thing about Solaire Vestora in any kind of Dark Souls character is that they're a kind of B character in a Dark Souls game, and Dark Souls is kind of like not immediately accessible as like a Nintendo game. You know, the core audience of
5-year-olds.
yeah, it's not really for them. It's for the older generation like us. I say the older generation, we're like 20s. So yeah, like, and the thing with Dark Souls is that it is lumberingly slow, deliberately so. Like, is not based around speed, and you know, with Smash Brothers, it's kind of based around speed. I would love to see Solaire restore it from Dark Souls in Smash, but I don't think it's going to happen because the character design just isn't there. I mean, there would just be another sword character.
Yeah, a lumbering. What would his final Smash be?
He would call down the
Dragon.
He would praise the sun. And then
It just says you died and the game ends. No, alright, seriously, sorry, I didn't.
No, that's it. I think he would praise the sun and get the power of the way of that covenant or something, and just come back just a little bit bigger, more stronger. The kind of typical Lil Mac kind of big.
Oh, like a power up.
Yeah,
They
like
got rid of that for
Pac-Man
Bowser.
thing.
He was no longer Mega Bowser.
Is he not Bowsette now?
That would be good. But no,
That would be great.
now he turns into Giga Bowser, but then just like punches the screen,
Okay.
which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I kind of preferred it when he's like Giga Bowser, like he's just big.
Oh, there were miracles you can perform as Solaire, so he could perform like a kind of miracle thing. That he
I think
does.
it'd be cool if he like takes some humanity and summons someone else, so you get like two.
Yeah, like
Two people.
the player
Oh, yeah.
character, just the depraved turns up.
Yeah.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
who's that dude at the beginning? Gives you the key.
Oh, and the Estus.
Oscar.
Oh yeah,
Is that his name?
Yeah, he's not really much of a character though. But there's.
Kicks it into
He's
motion.
the only character I've met in that fucking game.
Oh well. Who do you think it will? Who do you think it will be, and who do you want it to be?
Who do I think of it? I think you've all come up with good ideas for who you think it would be. Like I say, you know, literally, it could be anything. They could draw from basically any source at this point. You know, people's wish lists are on the table. Is the weird thing with this game.
Yeah, it is weird, isn't it?
What I'd like to see, one which I think has a little bit of credence to it, maybe it won't happen, but it could, but it won't. Would be Doom Guy.
Oh,
Ooh.
Right, look, Bethesda's got 3 fucking games on the Switch alone, right? It's got Skyrim, it's got fucking Wolfenstein 2, and it's got Doom, all on the Switch. And presumably, Doom 2 is going to come out on the Switch. Doom has been on Nintendo consoles since the N64 days, right? You've had Doom on that. And in the same way as Master Chief, there's a bunch of, you know, obviously he's from a violent fucking game, but there's a bunch of cool shit you could do. From the new game, he's got the glory kill system. So, you know, his whole concept is, you know, once an enemy is weakened, he rips them apart to gain
it's
health.
so good.
Yeah.
Right?
It's so good.
It's really fun. But he's also got a huge arsenal of really, you know, interesting weapons. In the new game, he's got, like, all these sub-weapons, like holograms and stuff he can use. He's got a chainsaw.
Yeah.
You know, and he's got a double jump in his own game. He can double jump around in this one. He's you know, I'm not saying he's got to fucking shoot Mario in the face with a goddamn shotgun, but he could hit people with a chainsaw and they'd fly away, and he'd shoot rockets, and you know, like Snake does. You know, you can tone it down. It would be funny to see Doom Guy fucking applauding when he loses. You know.
Yeah.
I think that could work.
I think similarly with the Bethesda thing, quite possibly just generic Skyrim guy from the box.
Yeah, the
horns.
Dovahkiin. Yeah.
They've already had crossover in that if you get the Skyrim edition for Switch, you can put on some Breath of the Wild clothes and have the Master Sword. So there's already crossover there. And I mean, like, Dovahkiin guy, I mean, go on, it writes itself. You first harass someone
Yeah.
You could
That's-
use that word sprint thing, you know?
Yeah, that's more likely. I'd rather Doomguy.
I agree.
Yeah, but no, but that's way more likely.
It also puts forward the idea, because I was thinking, well, you can't because that's like a player character, but fucking Villager's a player character because
Straight
they're
up.
just called Villager.
Yeah.
So yeah, I reckon it's very possible. Another thing that I've just thought up is there's two big franchises, because Capcom's kind of already on the table now, aren't they? Because they've just put forward some Street Fighter characters. So to go with that, Resident Evil characters.
Oh, so
Ooh.
I'm thinking Leon,
Yeah, the big one.
Yeah.
Chris Redfield,
Yeah.
or if you go with villains, because there's a bunch of new villains introduced in this game, fucking Albert Wesker.
Pass.
You don't know Albert? Okay,
We played all of
6.
6, and I've played Revelations and Revelations 2, and I still don't know the lore, and I've played a bit of 4.
You don't.
It's not why I play Resident Evil. I play it to have a good time and a spooky time.
It's a spooky time. Yeah, give me Leon in Smash Bros. I'll be happy with that. You know, Final Smash, he fucking pulls out the RPG.
Yeah, and boom,
Yeah.
shoots
Yeah.
people away. Or Tekken as another kind of like fighting game, because that is full of like original characters as a roster, and they've already found their way into Soul Calibur games as well. So a really cool thing, you could have Jin Kazama as like the main guy, and then his final smash is really easy because he just turns into a devil. That's like canonical.
Yeah.
So like you just have Devil Jin, he like shoots a laser beam out of his skull, which is really cool fucking visually as well. It would work out really well.
Well, those are our predictions, but having said that, I mean, I hope we're wrong. I hope, like, Sakurai
absolutely.
I hope Sakurai pulls out the bag, he blows us away.
Yeah, I hope he's in the game.
Yeah.
Secret, like he's not DLC, he's just in the game, he just didn't tell us about it.
His final smash will be if the switch just turns itself off and you're finally...
He just looks into your soul and says,
yeah.
don't ask me for anything else.
He looks straight, it's a full motion video. He looks straight into your eyes, which is weird because you could be sitting anywhere.
But he looks into your
He
soul.
looks straight into, like that moment in Doctor Who. He looks straight into you and he says, "Congratulations, this has been a good game."
Thank you for joining us. I'd like to wrap this up. Thank you for listening. Daniel, where can people find you on the internet? Or can they not?
I'd appreciate if you didn't, but if you must, Twitter @Goosehead.
Okay. And you, Lewis?
Yeah, that's me. But don't worry, you don't have to find me.
Okay, they don't have to find you on the internet. Thank you very much. I've been Josh Face. This has been the Josh Face Cast, episode 1. Listen to my music. I make music. Do listen to it. I've got a single out now, and I've got an EP coming out, or an album. It's very odd because like I've sent it to the publisher, and the publishers have kind of decided that it's an album. Whereas I was calling it an album for a while. I went to, because I'm doing it as part of my university course as well. I went to my tutor and was like, it's only really 5 songs with an intro and an outro. He was like, well, that's an EP then, because it's only 20 minutes long. But like all of the publishers are like, well, no, it's an album. And I'm like, well, is it an EP? Is it an album? I'm not sure what it is, but it's coming out December 6th.
Yeah, the album's called
Human. But yeah, thank you for joining us.